Good afternoon. It's a happy day. It's day 14 and it's 2 minutes to 4 and I'm about to leave. I've all packed up, been packed up for hours. Yeah, room is left it pretty decent for the cleaners. I think they won't be too distressed at the job ahead of them. Yeah, so bags packed, and waiting. Guitar. Don't know how I'm going to get that on the plane to Cairns, but who knows. Anyway, I'm going to do a part 2 of this video when I'm already out. So I'll see you then. Hey there. So it's 20 to 6 and I'm out. I've traded one hotel room for another. I've already been for a walk. I mean, I took a taxi. I had an Uber ride, and I've been outside for a little bit of a walk. But it's a little bit of a let's say an anticlimax. The fact that I'm still kind of in transit. I'm in purgatory. I'm in a halfway house between Sydney and Cairns. I'm in the Holiday Inn in Mascot. And anybody who knows Sydney knows that Mascot is not exactly the garden suburbs of Sydney. It's where the airport is located, and it's extremely well. I mean, it's actually a lot different to what I remember previously. It's lots of residential apartment blocks, all built by Harry Triguboff and the Meriton organization. But it's kind of, it's not exactly a nice place to go for a walk. But I did get some air, and there's a bunch of takeaway places. They're all different varieties of Asian food, like very common in Sydney, Korean, Thai, Indian. Vietnamese, Indonesian. There's a place called Shalom Indonesian Food, which is kind of funny. There's lots of places, but I'm just gonna hang in this hotel. I'm worried about like an outbreak all of a sudden in Mascot and them saying, "Oh, but you were in Mascot." No, I'm staying in the hotel. I'll have dinner in the hotel. There's a bar downstairs. I got a little bit of fresh air, and I think I've gone a little bit weird since I've been in isolation, in quarantine. Because whenever someone like the Uber driver who happens to be Jewish, Russian guy who knows people that I know, Slava Krimitat, he's your uncle or cousin or something apparently, Vova. But I couldn't shut up, and then when I was checking in, the woman at the reception, I couldn't shut up. I was talking nonsense, absolute nonsense. But so I'm in. It's might have affected my sanity just a tiny bit, but I think I'll get over it. Anyway, I'm in another hotel room, the Holiday Inn. You can see it's a smaller room with a worse view and a slower internet connection. The view is actually really kind of disgusting. I mean, I'm not going to show it to you, but it's basically just a main road heading to the airport, and it's not really not very picturesque. But the room's okay and it's comfortable. It'll do. I'm going to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning because my flight's at 6, and I want to make sure that I don't know if there's any bureaucracy or whatever at the airport. I want to make sure that I get there in plenty of time. So this is the end of day 14. I'm out. It's over. The ordeal is over, and it's been fun. Well, doing this at least, not the whole experience, but I mean, talking to a camera. It's been interesting. It's been good practice for my career in social media, in YouTube, being a YouTuber, if I ever decide to go that way. Somebody came up, my friend Avi came up with a great idea that like I could do a series, like go to different countries and do the quarantine in different countries and compare them, so that like because I'm going to do the second series of this when I get back to Israel. And I'll do I'll do my quarantine diary in Israel, and then I'll fly somewhere else, like to, I don't know where else they do quarantine, but and do what's it like to do quarantine in Bangladesh, or what's it like to do quarantine in Upper Slobovia. Who knows? Anyway, that's I'm talking a lot, I know. I'm going to end it here. And this is John O'Rose signing off for the Quarantine Diary Season 1 series for now. Join me for Season 2 in Israel, starting from it's supposed to be the 14th of August. Put that in your diaries. Mark it in pencil, because I don't know if the flights out of here are going to be on the right day. But yeah, that's it for now. Off to Cairns and then back to Sydney. Hope to see a lot of you in Sydney, Sydney siders. Drop me a line, and I'd love to just grab a coffee or whatever. Looks like I'm going to have 2 weeks in Sydney, so yeah, sorry Melbourne people. Looks like it's not going to happen. But yeah, I can't wait to see you guys in Sydney. A lot of you. Thank you to everybody that has been saying all this, leaving the encouraging comments. I really appreciated it. It's very heartwarming. And again, like I saw, every video had well over 100 views, some over 200. Now, again, I don't know if that's actually 200 people, or if that's the way they count it is it's it appears in somebody's feed and therefore that counts as a view. But I really appreciate you guys watching this, and because it's not exactly the most exciting series of films in television or history or social media history. So thank you. This is John O'Rose signing off for Quarantine Australia, Sydney. So Quarantine Diary. See you soon.